Welcome back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, Brad Drake, and this is my AWA save. All right, folks, we are on tour date 88. It's a Sunday night show in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's been a couple weeks since we've been there. Let's go down our card for the event. Medusa Micelli is going to battle Vivian Vashon in the opener. Cactus Jack and Buddy Wolfe are going to face the Assassin and Steve Olsonoski. Mike Graham is going to tangle with Alan West in a clash of styles, and Sonny Rogers is challenging Nelson Royal for the World Light Heavyweight Championship. The Terrorist, also known as Jack Victory, is climbing in the squared circle against Gregania. Dick Slater and Wahoo McDaniel are engaged in a bloody feud, and it continues tonight. The Guerrero brothers are going to face Rose and Summers in the semi-main event, and in our main event this evening, Big Scott Hall is going to face Larry Zabisco. These two are in a heated, nasty feud, and it carries over tonight in Salt Lake City. Let's go to the main screen and let's get this card booked. All right, folks, we are in, and again, I'm having a hard time remembering if it's Mid-South or Southwest, but I'll remember eventually. Okay, so there's Colorado, so Utah's got to be in there. Maybe it is Southwest. I think Utah is Southwest. There it is. Yep. And there is Bruin Arena that we're going to run. Nice and easy for us. We are giving up 1,000 seats, but I don't think we really have a choice. If we bump this up, let's see what else Utah offers us. It doesn't offer us anything, so we're sticking with the Bruin Arena here at the Salt Lake Community College. So we go ahead and we got that selected now, and let's take a look at our backstage events. Don Carson and Nick Bockwinkel, uh-oh. Carson was not paying attention during a locker room meeting. Oh boy. He's now got to buy beer for the locker room. Fair enough. They got Don Carson listed as a troublemaker? I've never heard that before. That's good stuff. That's good, clean fun. Ooh, Mike Graham is out tonight. So let's see who we can put in there for him. Nick Kanichki's out, but that's okay. We're not using him. So it looks like the only one we were planning on using was Mike Graham, and he's out tonight. Just for the heck of it, and because it's been requested, why don't we take a look at local workers and see if we want to bring anybody in for tonight? There's Angelo Mosca, or Mosca, however you want to pronounce it. He had some success in the AWA previously. Pepper Gomez, Pampiro Firpo. Pampiro Firpo was something else, and I just learned he had a lot of success in Los Angeles. Reggie Parks is available. Steve Party is also available. He's we just brought him into the game. Normally he's under contract with the UWF. I don't really want to use any of these people to face Alan West, so why don't we use one of our heels that's not on the show here? Why don't we put Ali Khan in there against Alan West for this show? That's what we'll do, folks. We'll put Ali Khan in there instead of Mike Graham. So let's go ahead and get booking here. Medusa versus Vivian Vashon is going to be our first bout. It is cool. I'm glad somebody brought that up. It is cool to see who's available in the area. And we have a whole bunch of new wrestlers that we just created that I have not brought into the game yet. So we will bring them in, and then we'll have even more wrestlers at our disposal. Most of them are older, retired wrestlers, but regardless, it's additional wrestlers. We're going to leave this one open-ended. Both these women have cooled momentum, so a win is going to help either one of them. Next, we got our tag match, Cactus Jack and Buddy Wolfe versus the Assassin and Steve Olsonoski. I'm curious to see how this gets over in Salt Lake City. because I don't think any of these men have too much popularity, except for maybe Cactus Jack. Buddy Wolfe might too. Buddy Wolfe was around for a while, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he was properly programmed in the system. So we'll have to see. We'll leave this one open-ended too. We'll let the computer decide. Again, folks, the way I like to do these is I leave them open-ended until we start seeing too much of a trend going one way. Then we'll level it out. So we're going to go Ali Khan versus Alan West. To fill in, this will probably get a very poor score. Both these men are pretty new to wrestling, so leave this one open-ended also. We'll see how it goes. Sonny Rogers challenging Nelson Royal. And it's going to be 14 minutes. This will also probably get a low score. I just learned that in the 70s, Nelson Royal held the NWA America's tag title. I just can't remember who his partner was, but it was another, I think it was Paul Jones. I think it was him and Paul Jones held that title. Nelson Royal is going to go over. We're going to make Nelson Royal cheat here. No, we'll leave it a clean one. Forgot to indicate Nelson Royal's the champion. Our next bout is the Terrorist versus Gregania. That one's going to go 14 minutes. We're also going to leave this one open-ended, but I got a feeling Gregania is going to go over. Seems to be the way it goes. Greg is still showing cool momentum. The next bout, Dick Slater versus Wahoo. Let's have some fun with this, folks. Let's make this a gimmick match because these two... Let's do an Indian strap match here. Let's see if our family friendly allows us to do it. It may not. I'm going to bet it's probably not going to allow it. Are we at 14 or 16 here? These two get 16 minutes. But we'll see what happens. It might just be allowed. That's the type of match these two would definitely have for a gimmick match, no doubt. It's going to be allowed. Okay. For that one then, let's make sure that Wahoo goes over. Cool. I'm excited. I don't like how that says strap yelling. Let's have it say Indian strap. Excellent. Indian strap. Slater versus McDaniel. That's what it's saying, everybody. So in case you're wondering, is it a strap match? No, it's not a strap match. It's an Indian strap match. Slater versus McDaniel. All right. The Guerrero brothers versus Rose and Summers. I was, like I said, recently I've been programming the NWA America's title, tag title, that was based out of Los Angeles for years. And the Guerrero brothers, all three of them, Mondo, Hector, and Chavo, and including their dad, Gory, combined held that tag title about 643 times. I'm over-exaggerating, of course, but not too far off. Because it was, it's ridiculous how many times they held the title. Absolutely ridiculous. Chavo and Hector are going to go over here because we are very close to the Southwest, and they were very popular in the Southwest. In fact, I think we're running in the Southwest. Yes, we are. So Hector and Chavo are going to go over here. Chavo's going to get the win. Chavo personally held that title at least 400 times himself. And our big main event, Scott Hall versus Larry Zabisco, we're going to have them go 30, okay? And we're going to leave this one open-ended because this feud is so hot, I don't think it really matters who wins at this point. This is a red-hot feud. It is awesome. It's the best thing we got going in the AWA. And let's leave it open-ended. Let's see who wins. Let's take a second. 145 minutes. What's giving us the extra minute? The extra minute is, extra several minutes here is Slater and McDaniel. So we have not done an Indian strap match yet. If this one's successful, I think we're going to do this around the loop. That will definitely work. I'm not sure the popularity on both these guys in the Southwest. Slater probably more so than McDaniel, but we'll see how it goes. So let's get started here. And this is a solid card, top to bottom. For the AWA 1987 running Salt Lake City, this is a solid card. Let's roll. All right, Vivian Vashon gets the win over Medusa. That means next time we're going to have Medusa get the win. Cactus Jack and Buddy Wolfe beat the Assassin and Steve Olsonoski. And Buddy Wolfe gets the win. So that one actually scored better than I thought it would. All four guys are not too terrible here. Well done. Let's see if we're getting any kickback. Yeah, Buddy Wolfe is penalized. Cactus Jack's penalized. And so is Olsonoski. Understandable. But Olsonoski shouldn't be penalized for inexperience. Inconsistency, okay. Ooh. Ooh. What a brutal score on that one. But Ali Khan gets the win over Alan West. Ooh, another brutal score here. But Nelson Royal submits Sonny Rogers. I'm thinking, folks, Sonny Rogers may not be our man to take the title here off of Royal. I think we're going to have to find ourselves another smaller guy to build up to take the title. We can take a look after the end of this and see who's available. We'll go for unemployed and see if we can't get somebody and building them up, start building them up. Maybe it's time, I don't know yet. Maybe it's time for Sonny Rogers to focus on Windy City. Let's see. Okay, the Terrorist versus Gregania. Of course, Gregania gets the win. And Vern was the road agent, so we knew it was going to go down. 72 for Slater versus McDaniel. Very nice. Excellent. Even though an Indian strap match should have been touching the corners, I don't know how he would have won it with a tomahawk chop, but hey, it's their world. So we might look into editing. In fact, we will. We can look into editing Indian strap match. We're also going to change the assassin's name to the Assassin. I don't like how it just says Assassin. I've been meaning to change that for a while, but we will. All right, so that one got a better score than I thought. See, Wahoo's a little low in the Southwest, but that's okay. 72 overall for the both of them. Obviously, Wahoo gets for decline, but that's okay. 72 for the is pretty good. 78. Here's another one. Why are we only getting a 78 when everything was a 78 or higher? Look at the bonuses stacked up here. And we're only scoring a 78. What's hurting us here? Something. So we don't have a single negative thing here. Not one single negative thing. And we have every single person going 78 or higher, and our overall match score is only a 78. I know I do it every show, folks, but I'm going to do it again here. I'm calling bullshit on this one. Total bullshit, as a matter of fact. All right, let's move on to our main event and see if we get screwed there too. 81. 81 for two guys that went 82 and 88. And we score an 81 for our main event. So once again, I call bullshit on this score. 82 and an 88. What's the kickback? Inexperience is the only kickback. Look at all this bonus. Look at all this bonus. We score an 82 and an 88 and we get an 81. This match should be an 84 or an 85. I don't understand this game, and I don't understand why that does this to us, but I shouldn't complain. Scott Hall has a fantastic mustache. Scott Hall got the win. This is a great match for 1987 AWA. We were able to bring Scott Hall in, put him into the feud, allying himself with his former tag team champion partner, Kurt Hennig, and Zabisco and him put on a good match here. 81 overall is very respectable. I shouldn't complain. I question how we only got the 81, but I shouldn't complain. So let's move on and see what we did overall. Got a 77 overall. Obviously, we're not going to get an up. We're too late in the game. So let's make some speeches here. Let's tell Medusa she's doing well, because she is. Buddy Wolfe. Buddy Wolfe did well. Let's point out Buddy Wolfe is a good example. And then in the main event, you know what? We got to give Wahoo some respect here. Wahoo's pushing 50 here, and he's working hard for us. So Medusa's pleased, Buddy Wolfe is pleased, and Wahoo is pleased. Let me know if you've ever had anything different than pleased with those, if you've done those before, because I haven't. That's always what I've had going. They're showing us Paul Boscher, one of the all-time greats. Paul Bosch ran the Houston territory for years. That was affiliated with NWA, AWA, but never an actual member. But they would use those organizations, world heavyweight champions, for big cards. So here we go, folks. To be realistic here, in this game, they already have a pay-per-view deal. But when you play for 7.0, Crockett is not going to have a pay-per-view deal yet. So that's going to be your opportunity to go in and get them a pay-per-view deal. Or if you are playing as Crockett, it'll be a reminder for you that it's time to get a pay-per-view deal. Because at the end of November, they're actually going to have their first pay-per-view for Starrcade. Let's take a look at our notes here. The terrorist is tired. What else is new? Let's check our highlights here. Match of the Year candidate. Yatsu versus Tenryu, okay? And Choshu versus Saruta. How did we get two? We got two on the same card. Wow. That's impressive. Let's take a look at Championship Wrestling from 40. They are putting up huge numbers. Huge numbers. And in 2 months, they're not going to exist any longer. In real life, they were not drawing attendance like this, and they were not doing this well. But with the way the game is programmed, these guys have huge popularity there in Florida, so that's why it's working out this way. So let's take a look at the WWF Live Event. Orndorff over Rangens in the main event. Come on, Rangens, get pissed off and quit. Come back and work for us. Hercules versus Outback Jack. Harley Race over Enhancement Talent. They're running the Forum here at Montreal. They did not sell out, and I gotta say, this is a really crappy card. And SD Jones defeats Al Burke in a cage match on the second match of the card. Yeah, that was going to really happen. Oh well. Let's take a look at our notes here. We're going to change the assassin's name over to The Assassin. If you haven't done this before, folks, it's really simple. You just put The Assassin in there. Save. It's going to ask me if I want this as an alter ego. Oh. That's why we can't do it, because Randy Cowley's using it in the WWF. All right, we'll stick with Assassin then. We don't really have much of a choice. Let's take a look and see if we can edit the Indian strap match. I don't think we can. Matches, we can. Okay, there it is. Let's bring it up. Okay, so that's why it's like this, because It's limited in what can be done. So that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah, that's okay. We'll leave it that way. What are the finishes though? Touch each corner. Indian strap match was the touch each corner. It was not pinfall or submission. The whole purpose of the Indian strap match was that they were tied together and you had to knock out your opponent and then drag them as you went and touched each corner. So we're going to make that adjustment. It is made. I'm glad we could do that and get that fixed. We're going to go ahead and make that in the main thing too, in the database, get that updated also, because that does need to be fixed. Let's take a look at the NWA Live Event. And again, a horrible card here of all lower level talent. That's a shame. 66, 63. This game was designed for episodic television, and this is why we have what we have. It is not designed to be doing for what we're doing, which is a full-on tour schedule like this. That's okay. Solid card for us. Let's take a look ahead and see what's coming up. We're back in Las Vegas for the next one. Hennig versus Bockwinkel on top. And then I said we would take a look for light heavyweights. And let's do that. And let's see we're going to look for unemployed only. Let's see if anybody's available. Wrestler, can work in USA, of course. Male. And max size lightweight. Let's see what we can find. Not a lot of options here, unfortunately. Ultimo Dragon's available, but he is not going to be over at all. Yeah, he's not over one bit here, so he's not going to do anything for us. Frankie Williams is a little too old for us. Angelo Mosca Jr. was awful, absolutely awful. We will not bring him in. Buck Zumhoff, I will not have him in this game. That guy disgusts me, and if you don't know why, you can look into it for yourself. Danny Hodge is a little bit past his prime. Dino Casanova was enhancement talent. Don Diamond was a good wrestler, but we're not going to bring him in. He's got no popularity in Minnesota. Yeah. This is interesting, but he's no popularity. Yeah. No good. But we'll keep our eyes open. We'll come up with something. Something will work out for us. Tyree Pride, he's a troublemaker. I will not bring him in. He is a total troublemaker. So, all right, that concludes this episode, folks. We'll be back with our next tour date, which should be 86. Will be our next tour date. And no, it's not our next tour date. Our next tour date is 89. 89 is our next tour date. We will see you back in action. We'll be traveling to Las Vegas with the big main event of Hennig versus Bockwinkel. If you haven't already, please give us a like. Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Help us continue to grow. And we have grown exponentially since we started running this 3 weeks ago. I appreciate all of your feedback, all of your comments, all of your participation, and for all of you continuing to follow this show. If you would like to talk to us on Facebook about this, the 1987 Supermod, please go to facebook.com/groups/1987Supermod, facebook.com/groups/1987Supermod, and last but not least, if you would like the mod for yourself, please contact me. Go to my website, braddrake.net/contact. I'll be more than happy to send the save over to you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and so long for now.